What's up, guys? Man, it's been a day. I got up freaking about 2:30 this morning. Been up ever since. It's like 5 o'clock here now. Been up ever since. Something just woke me up, and I don't really know what to call it. I don't really know what to call it. It's the universe. It's God. It's divine timing. I don't really know what to call it. It wakes me up. I got up this morning. It was 2:11 when I got up. Angel numbers. And all I could think about was working on my book, writing my book. I spent a lot of time yesterday afternoon writing on it, and I got up this morning, got out of bed. It was about 2:33 when I got exactly out of bed, and came downstairs to my desk and little office area that I got here in my home, and just started writing on it, working on it. I guess I try to live the things that I'm telling you guys. Like, I don't just make this up. I'm not just saying it. I really try to live what I'm telling you. And over the years, I've had to develop a sense of urgency. When something gets to me, when something sticks to me, I have to see it through. And I try to do it with a quickness. I really try to develop a sense of urgency. I always feel like I'm running out of time. Not in some morbid, like my life's going to be cut short kind of way. I hope it's not. But I think, and for you yourself, I think that you should also learn to develop a sense of urgency. You should live as there is no tomorrow. And now when I say that, I don't mean go take unnecessary risk, go take an unnecessary, uncalculated financial or health risk, things that, I don't mean go out here and just sleep around or jump out of airplanes. I don't mean that. But I mean, when you tell yourself that you're going to do something, start doing it. Start developing that sense of character about yourself that it's like, hey, you know what? I'm going to read a chapter a day. Then make sure you read a chapter a day. Don't lie to yourself where you say, hey, I'm going to quit drinking. Quit drinking. You say, I'm going to quit smoking. Quit smoking. Probably need to quit smoking myself. So whatever it is that you're telling yourself, that's what you need to go do. Those are the things that you need to do. You need to develop a sense of urgency and start living true to the things that you say to yourself. I 100% believe that your conscience is the authentic voice of God. When your conscience is telling you like, hey man, wake up early and go for a run, and you ignore it, that's why your life is hard. Or when your conscience is saying, you know what, your life would be really good if you went back to school and got your, law degree. And you just keep thinking about being a lawyer over and over, and a year goes by, 2 years go by, and it's still haunting you in there. That's God telling you like that's your purpose, to go be a lawyer and you'll be successful, but you're not listening, so your life is hard. Or whatever it is for you. Each one of us has that, and it's happening to you. Your conscience is telling you to go get abs. Your conscience is telling you to start running or stop smoking or stop drinking, or maybe you need to move out of town, move away from friends and family. If you want to be more successful, get away from your friends and family. I try to listen to my conscience. It's not easy. It's not always easy to do, but I definitely try to listen to my conscience when I can, and when it's. If you listen to I've heard that if you listen to everything your conscience tells you to do in the right way, not bad thoughts, good thoughts. If you listen to everything your conscience is telling you to do in the right way, your life will turn out perfect. I've heard that. I've heard that a few times from a few different sources. Now, is that true or not? I don't know, because I've never had the willpower to listen to everything my conscience said to do in the right way. By right way, I mean good things. When your conscience says, hey, don't eat that donut, go to the gym tonight, freaking stop watching TV, read a book, delete social media, so on and so on, and you don't do it. But I've heard that if you do everything it tells you to do for a period of time, your life will end up perfect, because it will guide you to greatness. I have not, so I can't speak on that, but maybe you guys can. If you've ever done something like that, let me know in the comments below how did it work out for you. Have you ever fully just listened to yourself and your conscience and your body and did what it told you to do? If you have, let me know. How'd that work out for you? Because I've heard some of the greats talk about that, and some of them say that, and you know what? They're pretty successful people. So I don't know. I have not done that, so I can't steer you guys in that direction. But I think it's something I would like to try at some point. But I do believe that the universe, God, however you want to look at it, will wake us up. So if you ever hear me mention God, I want you to understand that I believe all religions are true. If it's serving you to be a better person, if it's taking you down a better path, pushing you to be better for everybody around you, how is it wrong? So when I hear people get very radical, Christians, Muslims, Jews, however, to get very radical in their religions, I can't really understand it. I mean, I guess I can, but it's, if you're a faith based on God, I don't understand how somebody else's beliefs are wrong. I don't know. I believe in them all. I think they're all true. I think they serve the people that serve it. If it's making you a better person, then feel free. You got my blessing. Go do it. Enjoy. So when I speak of God, I speak of God as a collective, God of the world, God of the people, God of the universe. I speak it that way. Not a Christian God, not a Jewish God, not a Muslim God. I speak of it as God, because that's ultimately what he or she is, right? That's how I view that. So whatever faith you are more than welcome here on this channel. It does not bother me one bit. Feel free to leave it below if that's what you want to do. It doesn't bother me. I could care less. I do not care about your race, religion, sexuality. I could care less. All are welcome. Have no problem with none of it. You live your life the way you choose to. I'm here solely to tell you the things I'm doing to get myself to the next level. I've already hit my 6-figure mark. I want to see what 7 looks like. I'm trying to fast track and skip the quarters and the halves, and I probably won't be able to do that, but I'm going to try. I'm going to try really hard. I'm going to double down on everything that I've done in the past, and I'm going to double down on it and add a few more things in there as far as working on a book, trying to build a brand for myself. And I'm going to do the best I can to see what 7 looks like, because I know it's possible. Too many people are doing it. So I said that I got to take these approaches. But, I could ramble and ramble and ramble. I was kind of asked my backstory. And I was asked my backstory by Life with Nikki D. So you guys go over there, Nicky, Life with Nikki D. You guys go over and check out our channel if you want to. And to keep it short and simple, I probably will at some point do a whole freaking backstory. But to keep it simple, during the C-19, I have to watch my language, the shadow banning. I'm sure you guys are familiar with YouTube and whatnot. But the whole deal with the C-19, it left me in a bad situation. I'm a single father. I raised my oldest son alone, just me and him. We live together. And I pay child support for a younger son in California. Well, ended up losing my job. C-19 rolled around, got behind on child support. It just left me in a bad place. And I had to dig myself out of it. And I couldn't find anything. I couldn't find anything. I had to sell my car. I had to start selling off things. It just left me in a horrible situation. And this is just keeping it short and sweet for the moment. I probably will do a complete video because it's deep, but I ended up having to sell my BMW that I had at the time. Back then I was all debted out. I was 5 years ago, I was playing that debt game. I borrowed money for cars and this and that. And then whenever lost my job and bad things started happening, those bills came due. And it just kept piling up, debt piling up on me. And I basically had to put myself through the financial piece. I put myself through that to an extent. I started reading and educating and learning. And I was like, man, there's something. These people are doing something. So I started reading and educating about it and learning different things about it. And, how are these people? They're not going back to school. How are these people making this kind of money? And I just in business, stocks, real estate. And I was like, I need to get myself to 6 figures. At that time, that's all I could think of. And to anybody out there having a hard time, I want you to understand 6 figures is not that far away from where you're at. 6 figures is a field supervisor. That's roughly 75, 85 right there. You're almost at 6 figures. Figure out a way to make another 15. A field supervisor, that's your operations manager. That's your freaking fleet manager. That's your, that's your transportation logistics managers. I mean, 6 figures is really just management positions. You can do it. You can 100% do it. If you're at a company, if you've been at a company, I want you to remember a couple of rules that I live by. So one is that if you can't buy it twice, you can't afford it. Now, I try not to hold that rule for housing, but I'm getting ready to. In my mind, I'm getting ready to put that down for housing. If you can't buy it twice, you can't afford it. So if you can't buy your car twice, you can't afford it. You can't buy the furniture, the television, whatever it is, you can't afford it. Because when problems arise with the product that you just bought, you won't have money to fix it or maintain it. So if you can't buy it twice, you can't afford it. Hope we got that. Another one is that your income should be twice your age. If you're 18, you should be making $36,000 to $40,000. $36,000 is only $18 an hour. $40,000 is $20 an hour. Whatever you make an hour, times it by 2. That's how you get your yearly wage, your yearly salary. So if you're 35, you need to be making 70. And you're thinking, how do I get to 70? I'm 40 or I'm 40. How do I get to 80? There's easy. You have enough life experience to get to 80, and as long as you have the computer skills to back it up, you'll get there. Quit hanging out with friends, quit going out on the weekends, quit drinking beer, quit messing around, forget people, leave them behind, get to your 80. It can be done, and you can do it. You can do it just by changing your life around. You don't even need to go back to school. You just need to switch up your routine. You need to develop the mindset of a person that makes 6 figures. You need to start acting like you have 6 figures before you even have 6 figures. You need to start acting like a millionaire before you're a millionaire. It's true. It's 1,000% true. You need to carry and conduct yourself in that manner, and then you'll start to fall in line with those types of people that have those types of things. So you just need to fall in line with that. I promise you it works and it's real. You'll pick up momentum, and next thing you know, you'll be freaking somebody will invite you to go play golf, whether you play or not, or somebody will say, man, come play tennis, or I'm having a barbecue. And next thing you'll know, you'll be standing in the backyard at $1 million house having a barbecue and talking crap around a swimming pool with a bunch of people that make 6 figures or $1 million. You have to conduct yourself in that manner. Excuse me, guys, with my eyes, man. I haven't really slept, so I'm getting a little. But then you'll be forced to be in that lifestyle of people that make 6 figures or millionaires. Start conducting yourself in that manner. There is no way for you. You know what? And everybody they have this vision of millionaires, and most of them see rappers and actors and this and that. Those people got lucky, straight up. If you're like me, you're not a rapper, you're not an actor, you're not some form of celebrity. You're a worker. So the life hack that you can have is to mimic who you want to be. Just whatever field you're in, mimic the person that's at the highest level that you admire. I am a very old school traditional guy. I still like commodities. I still believe in oil and gas. I believe in gold and silver. So whenever I look at businesses, I'm no longer looking at online businesses. I'm not looking at things of that nature. I am looking at sand and gravel. I'm looking at the railroad. I'm looking at electric companies. I'm looking at construction companies. I'm looking at hard, tangible assets. I'm not looking at anything digital. I'm not saying digital is wrong at all. It is definitely the way of the future. But I will die on this road. I am just an old school traditional guy. I'm going to look at the railroad. I'm going to look at sand and gravel. I'm going to look at barge companies. I'm going to look at things of that nature because they will always be here. You will always need transportation to deliver your goods. You will always need the railroad. You will always need boats. You will always need things to deliver. You will always need sand and gravel for mortar and bricks. And you get what I'm saying? Limestone and this. And you will always need these things. Always. You will always need oil and gas. No matter what any administration tries to say, you will always need it. So the rules were, if you can't buy it twice, you can't afford it. Your income should be twice your age. Start acting like the wage you want before you even have it. If you want more, you have to do more. Start conducting yourself in the manner of what you want to be paid. There was a time in my life when I used to show up in suits and they were paying me nothing. I literally worked for free, but I showed up in suit and tie. I did that for about 3 months. So start showing up in suits. I feel like I'm forgetting one. I should have wrote them down. Everything that I tell you guys, I don't have it scripted. This is off the top of my head. These are things that I actually know and have learned over the years. And, it's kind of hard to sit here and do it to the camera. With interaction, I can just keep it rolling. But I'm sure you guys understand. So if you can't buy it twice, you can't afford it. Your income should be twice your age. Start acting like the wage you want or the money you want to earn before you've earned it. Okay? Believe in yourself. I can't stress that enough. Move with a sense of purpose and as if you have no limitations to your abilities. And I can't stress that enough. When you sit there and you're like, I would love to be, I was talking to a property developer today. Guys building 100 homes outside Nashville. And, when you go by places like that, when you see things like that, and you think, man, I can't do that. Yes, you can. You 100% can do that. You can do that. And you need to believe in yourself. I mean, I know that's very cliche and it might sound really easy, but you can do that. You're going to have to take the proper steps like anybody else does to be able to do that, but you can 100% do that. Plan for it if that's what you want to do. You want to build 100 homes outside the city you live in? Start planning for it. Start learning that business. And next 36 months, you could be doing something like that. It may not be 100, but you can build one. You can start building one next year. Everybody's got to start with one somewhere. That kind of leads me to thinking of what Jack in the UK said. He's 18 and said he had a major business failure. Dude, embrace it. Embrace that freaking failure, man. Freaking, what did you do wrong? What happened? Whose fault was it? Was it your fault? Yes, it was. Dude, the reason I say it was because if you hired somebody, if you brought on friends or whatever, it does not matter what happened. It was your business. Figure out what went wrong and do not repeat. Dude, I had a t-shirt company that I put a bunch of money into, and a t-shirt ran it into a graphic design business at the same time. So I was using the t-shirt and graphic design business working together, making graphics for the t-shirt, plus making graphics for other people. Spent thousands of dollars, man, on all this stuff. Just went up in smoke one day, man. It just was not booming. Was not booming. I think I shut it down too quick. Maybe if I would have held on, like I said in our other video, hold on for a while and eventually it'll happen. Maybe if I'd have held on, but I didn't. I was young. I spent thousands of dollars, never got a return on my investment. Ended up selling the equipment, gave some of it away just because I was so sick of looking at it. Gave some of it away, gave all the t-shirts because they weren't selling. I gave those away to the homeless. I went to a homeless shelter and passed all those out and gave them away for free. Like 200 shirts, man. Thousands of dollars gone down the drain. And I know what happened, man. I brought on the wrong people. I hired the wrong people. I thought I'd hire some friends that I thought were friends and so on. And, but ultimately it was my fault. It was my business. I ran it like a playground. Friends, you come, man, come in whenever you want, leave whenever you want, be here, be there. Ran it to the ground. So whatever failures you've had, embrace them, figure out what went wrong. Don't do it again. Don't do it again. You're 18. You got plenty of time to recover. Plenty of time to recover. No big deal, man. Sweat equity, you're learning, no big deal. What else do we got? To go back with life with Nikki D. So the C-19 basically left me homeless along with child support. And I mean, I'm talking about homeless. Me and my son, he's sitting there watching me, and that was not a good feeling. It was not a good feeling at all. It was, I was sleeping on the floor, no bed, no nothing. I was sleeping on the floor in the back of my mom's old house. And, man, I sold my car. I ended up having to get this is where this came from, your first 100,000. I've been at this for years, but I've just now came online with it. So when this process took place, when this happened to me, I'm going to be quick with this and then I'll do a real video at some point. But when this happened to me, I deleted social media, deleted all the apps. I went dark. I ended up buying a bicycle. I still have that bicycle. I wanted to put myself, because what happened was that left me homeless was child support had reached and levied my bank accounts. So they locked and froze my bank accounts, and they took all my money for money I did not owe. And then I had to fight to get it back. But they took months and months and months, and they never gave it back. They said, we'll just credit it to your account. So instead of giving my money back, basically I get off child support about a year early in a sense, okay, if nothing happens. So they never gave it back. They just credited it to my account is what they said. But so that's when I learned that, man, nothing's yours, nothing's mine. They can reach into my account and take anything from me. Look at what they did to the truck drivers in Canada. You get on here and you say something or you do something wrong that they don't like, they reach into your accounts and take whatever they want. They shut you down. You can't pay your bills. I mean, look what they've done to people. And so I figured, I was like, you know what? That's where this first 100,000 came from. I wanted to get myself out of the system. I wanted to quit playing games, but I also know that I have to live on planet Earth and I need money. So I came up with your first 100,000. If you can get to $100,000 liquid cash, that allows you to be able to go and flip properties. You can go pick up a property for $50,000 or less. You can place another 50 into it and you can sell it for 150. You don't have to try and get max dollar for the property. Now, if you can, great. But in my thought process, my logic is I want to dump this thing. I want to buy it for 50 or less. I want to put 50 into it, roof, bathroom, kitchen, nice remodel. I don't want to do plumbing and electrical. I want to put 50 into it. And I want to price it at 150. Roughly the math on that comes out to about you making 128 after realtor fees and taxes and everything were paid. You get your 100 back plus another 28. So you made 28% money on your investment, in a perfect world. And you push on and you go do it again. Try to do that twice a year. That's $56,000 a year. People work all year for $56,000. So that's where this process of your first 100,000 came from. It allows you the freedom to have your time back. I laid there on that floor. I used to ride my bicycle to Texas Roadhouse for $10 an hour. Now I'm a grown man at this time. I'm 32 years old at this time. I spent 10 years in the Army. I've been to Iraq, Afghanistan. I've lived from Atlanta to LA, major cities, done all kinds of things. I was a private investigator out in California, done all kinds of things, man. Went to school, all kinds of stuff. And I ended up homeless at 32 years old with nothing. And like I said, I laid there on that floor and I remember just cussing the world, cussing God, being mad at everything. And I remember telling God that this is where you want me. I'm going to be the best at it. And I swear to you, I could hear him say, show me. He likes that. He likes that. When you're in a bad, shitty, effed up situation, he likes that. He likes to see you stand up and fight back. He likes to see you go through forged in fire, man. He likes to see that. There's nothing anybody can tell me. Nothing anybody can tell me, anybody can say to me, because I did all this in 5 years. I mean that. I've done all this in 5 years. I lived off of nothing. I worked at Texas Roadhouse, rode my bike out there, washed dishes for them for $10 an hour, 40-hour weeks, roughly bringing in like $300 something every week. And I knew that wasn't going to last. I had to find something. So I sat down and I figured out, what does it cost me to live on planet Earth? I needed to find my base. I needed to find my ground. And I figured it cost me about 36. It wasn't about, I was dead on the money. But for purposes, it cost me about $36,000 to live on planet Earth. $40,000, what I came up with, roughly, to live on planet Earth. And then you need to do that for yourself. How much does it cost for you to survive? That's no alcohol. That's no cigarettes. That's no movies. That's no Texas Roadhouse. That's no restaurants, no clubs, no bars, no nothing. Just pure survival, pure caveman. What does it cost me for rent, lights, water, gas, and food? What does it cost me to survive? If I can't afford my car, and I would do this now as I'm telling you this, I would do these things now. If I couldn't afford my car, I would get rid of my car. I'm not lying to you. I would sell my car, pocket the cash, or get rid of the debt, and I would go to riding a bicycle. And I would have this vision, and I would be putting in the actual work. And I know people are going to say, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do it. I did it. I I rode a bicycle for a year and I saved up as much as I could. I took a job working with electric and gas because I knew I had to get myself to a minimum of $40,000 a year just to survive. So I said, I got to find something that's going to pay me more than 40. So I found a job. They were paying 40 with all the overtime you could handle. So with all the overtime, I took it. I took all of it, 60, 70-hour weeks. I took all the overtime I could handle, 60, 70-hour weeks. And when it was all said and done, I don't remember what first year. I think I was at like 58 after taxes or something like that. 56, 58 after taxes. Anyways, though, I lived off of nothing. I did nothing but pay my bills. The only bills that I had no car, I had nothing. I paid down my debts, and I sat there and I found an old man with an old truck in Murray, Kentucky. And that truck had 98,000 miles on it. It was a 2001 Dodge Dakota. I still drive it today. I paid him $10,000 for it. It was a one-owner truck, one-owner vehicle, farm truck, basically. Like he drove it to church. That was it. It never went anywhere. It sat on his farm the whole time in great condition. I paid him $10,000 cash for it. I saved that up. I paid him $10,000 cash for it. And there you go. I went back to broke, but I had a paid for vehicle. I got the insurance on it. And so I made that move. That vehicle is mine. I had something that was mine. I owed no money for it. So I was able to park the bicycle. I still got the bicycle. If you think for a second that if my life handed me a bunch of lemons, I'm selling that truck. That truck's where I put a little bit of work into it now. I've had it for almost 5 years now. That truck's worth every bit of $6,500. Easy. Easy $6,500. I'd sell it right now, go back to riding the bicycle. I'm not telling you to do anything that I would not do. And so that situation happened to me. I dug myself out of it. I paid off the debt. I got all that stuff cleared up. I might make a longer video about this at some point, but I got all that stuff cleared up. I was able to get myself back into a place. But listen, we're talking literally, man, at this point, I kind of, like I tell you, to double down. At this point, I was doing 70, 80-hour weeks, guaranteed. It's easy. I mean, I had no life. I did nothing but work. I bought no clothes. All my clothes became work clothes. Even my good clothes became work clothes. That's all I did was work. I did absolutely nothing but work. And I'm getting back in that mode now. I'm doing absolutely nothing now but working. Nothing is getting ready to happen. I can already feel it. It's getting ready to happen. I can already feel it. I'm doing nothing but working because there are things that I want out of my life that I got to have. And the only way for me to get them is to work, and to work like a damn dog. You're going to have to work like that. You're going to have to. You're going to have to grind it out now. I mean, in the beginning, you're going to have to. 60, 70-hour weeks. I've already hit my 6-figure mark. I already hit it. I went from 0 to 6 figures in 5 years. If there are things that you can do for yourself, man, I will. If you guys have made it this far, I know these videos can get kind of long. I'm really talking to the group that likes to interact with me. Please smash that like button, push it through to other people. But there are things that you can do to fast track your life. And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to come on here and fast track your life. I hope you can take these little gems out of the conversation and, pick these little gems out, because I'm trying to fast track your life to get you to where you need to be. And so that's what I did, man. I just worked. I did nothing but work. Nothing. And it's paid off. It really has. It's gotten me everything that I wanted. I still live well below my means. I do not. I'm not even trying to go out here and stunt and flex and look good for people. I could care less. If you caught me in person, you catch me in work clothes. If I'm not in work clothes, I'm like in some lounge wear, because all I do is I go to work. I go to work at 6:30 in the morning, and I'm off at 4 or 5 in the afternoon. All I want to do now that I got you guys, I come home, I make a video or something for you guys. I might write a little bit. I wake up early as hell, 3:30, 4 o'clock, 4:30 every morning. I wake up early. My alarm is set for 4:30 every morning. Most of the times I'm up before my alarm is up, or before my alarm goes off. And I wake up very early and I start writing on my book, kind of, fixing the rough drafts, doing this, doing that, doing little things. And that's just it, man. It's just work. It's grinding it out, and I don't feel bad about it. I love it. And I think that if you're really trying to get to where you want to go, if you're really trying to be who you want to be, especially, Jack in the UK, man, you said you're 18. Dude, you're 18 and you're consuming content like this. I didn't have this when I was your age. I didn't have anybody or anything outside of television showing me things like this. So when I was growing up in my neighborhood, I basically, man, I basically was infatuated with characters like Gordon Gekko. For anybody older, you know what Gordon Gekko is. Wall Street. Jack, go check him out. Gordon Gekko, Gekko. Go check him out, man. You younger guys on there, go check out Gordon Gekko. Go watch Wall Street. Go check that out, man. Money never sleeps. And so, I was infatuated by guys like that. I mean, that was the life that I wanted then. And I didn't realize how important it was to me until I started getting older. Success leaves clues. There are things in your life that have drove you in this direction. There are things that you've already been through in life that have brought you here. Success leaves clues. And the easiest way that you can get to where you want to be at fast is to find somebody and mimic their every move. If the person that you want to be like is an actor and you're like, well, I'm never going to be an actor, or I don't want to be an actor, don't try to be an actor. But what is their routine? Well, they get up at 5 a.m. They eat chicken and rice 5 days a week. They work out every day. Start doing those things. But really dive into their life. Dive into it. Submerge yourself into it. What else do they have in the background? Oh, then you'll find out, well, they got a real estate license, or they own hair salons, or they do this and they do that, because they don't just act. A lot of actors are really broke. They just take their money. They make it look good. They take their money and they own other things that push them along. I'm not saying all of them are, but a lot of them are. So the easiest success hack is to mimic someone. Me personally, like I said, I'm old school, man. I mimic, in a sense, the J.D. Rockefeller. Nowhere am I saying I'm on their levels for anybody comes to me in the comments, but I like to mimic those people in their routines. Rockefeller, Carnegie, Mr. Dan Pena, he's still alive. I like to mimic those people. Dan Pena talks about mimicking Carnegie. He said, I got my business model for Andrew Carnegie. So as long as I follow Dan Pena, I'm in a shadow of Carnegie. As long as you mimic these people in their lives and do what they do, success is inevitable. Sky's the limit. But what are you studying? What kind of content are you consuming? Are you just watching things? Or are you actively pursuing things and going to pull the trigger on something? You got to pull the trigger eventually. You need to educate yourself as much as you possibly can on one subject, not many things, one thing. Business, stocks, real estate. Those are the three things that I've learned that will get you super mega freaking wealthy. Business, stocks, real estate. Start a business, make some money, use the stock market to grow the money, real estate to hold the money, business to make the money, stocks to grow the money, real estate to hold the money. You understand? Business, stocks, real estate. Pick one. Go at it. Submerge yourself. If you want to get to the next, everybody watching this probably wants to make $1 million at least once, right? Everybody I know wants to be a millionaire. Who wouldn't want to be? But then you have to learn how to maintain it. How are you going to maintain it? Everybody wants to buy a house, but they don't want to study what it takes to buy a home. They don't want to work on their credit. Bear with me with this. If you want to be a millionaire, you're going to have to maintain the money. So why are you not studying stocks now? Why are you not learning how to invest? Why are you not learning how to read candlestick patterns? You get what I'm saying? Why are you not learning what, profit and loss statements are? Why are you not learning the PE ratios? Why are you not learning these things? Because if you become a millionaire, let's say you had $100 million, you're going to honestly trust somebody else to handle all that, knowing how many people steal, I mean, yes, you're going to want somebody to handle that, but don't you want to see and understand what they're handling? So you can be like, hey, Jerry, the freaking stock trader's stealing my money. You feel me? Start now. If you want to be a millionaire, you have to start acting like a millionaire before you are one. You have to start conducting yourself in that manner. So if you want to at least get to six figures, then you need to start acting like a six-figure earner. And I hope I'm making sense. If you want to at least get to six figures, you got to start acting like a six-figure earner. Your boss may be an ass, but he's pulling the six figures. So what's he doing that you can't? Nothing. So start, I ain't saying mimic him or her, especially if you don't like them, but you're going to have to change your character. You're going to have to change your attitude to get there. A six-figure earner does not sleep. I say that lightly. A six-figure earner does not sleep. And I don't mean they don't sleep literally, but I mean that for me to get six figures from my company, when my phone rings, they expect me to answer. I've worked Christmas. I've worked every holiday for the past 5 years. Every holiday. Me and my son opening up gifts, my phone rang. I had to go to work last Christmas. Are you getting ready to do that? Because I am. I am. And I'm proud to do that. Every holiday. I've worked every holiday for the past 5 years. Thanksgiving, Christmas, every one of them. So if you're not willing and ready to answer your phone, to wake up at 2 a.m. because, you know, I get called at 2, 3 in the morning to go out to freaking, you know, a gas leak or whatever it is. If you're not ready to live that life, then, I mean, that's just part of it. You're not going to pull six figures or $1 million and just sit on the couch and count it. That's not going to happen. It's not going to happen at all. Once you start making that kind of money, you got to maintain that kind of money because you're going to want that money to keep coming in. So I hope that helps. I hope that helps you guys understand, like, to shift your mindset. And that's what I talk about, doubling down on your work, building your work ethic, building your character, start acting like a millionaire before you are one, because you want to be one. So this is where you got to say goodbye to everybody, because your friends that are just bumble farting around on the freaking porch, drinking beers, going to the clubs, this and that, they're not going to understand the fact that, hey, why are you studying real estate? Why are you studying the stock market? You know, like, it's like, why aren't you? It's why aren't you? So start now. Your friends don't have to understand it. It's not for them. This isn't their journey. Okay. Everybody, I hate to say it, but everybody ain't going to make it. That's just the reality of it. Everybody's not going to make it. If you're watching my content, which I know some of you are, you probably will make it, because I'm going to make it. I'm 100% sure I'm going to make it. I'm calling it now. Now, it's going to take me longer. I started later. I BS'd around. For you younger ones, start now. Stop playing games. And you'll get there at a younger age. I'm going to get there in my 50s. I'm trying to fast track it. I'm doubling down. I'm working hard. I'm going to finish this book. I do not expect this book to make me a millionaire. It'd be cool if it did, but I don't expect it to. But it's going to bring in an extra source of income. This channel is going to bring in an extra source of income. I'm doing things to keep the ball rolling just to increase my income. And so that's what I'm trying to do. And I want to give you, I feel compelled to give you guys this information. That's why I'm not hitting you with all this hoorah, gumbo, buy my course bull crap. Because it's crap. Nobody gets rich off of buying courses. That's why I came here, because I'm so sick of hearing it. And I'm so sick of hearing what these people are telling you guys and telling other people. They're like, oh, it's so easy. Drop ship this. You'll be a millionaire in 3 months. No, you won't. It's impossible. It's not going to happen. Your name isn't even out there. You know what I'm saying? If you become a licensed real estate agent today, it's going to take you 2 years unless what I like to call fast track it, and you work hard. You might get your name spread around with the proper marketing techniques in about 8 months. But you're not pulling in no real money, man, unless you're just beating the pavement, pounding, and going at it, no sleep, all gas, no brakes. So you're talking 2-3 years of being a licensed agent before you start seeing some real returns on those investments. Get with the right team, this and that, but you're not going to drop shit and make any money. You don't buy these people's courses, don't play their games, because and that's why I came here, man, because I wanted to give people and let you know it's hard. It's freaking hard. It is one of the hardest things that I've done in my life. It is freaking hard. It's aged me. Look at me. I was like this before, but it's made it worse. That's a fact. But man, it's hard. And so again, just to kind of hash back real quick, and I'll jump off because this bad boy's getting long, man. And I don't want to. If you guys don't mind the long videos, let me know in the comments below if you get the message I'm putting out, because I try to shorten it down. I try to fight with the time and this and that. But if you just want me to keep rolling and giving you the right information, leave it in the comments below. I know that, if you're anything like me, you'll put this thing on and just let it play, and you'll go wash dishes and this and that, or listen to it while you're riding or cutting the grass or whatever. And so if you don't mind a long video, if I need to shorten them up, whatever you guys can tell me to help out my channel. Is my audio good? What's going on? What do I need to do to correct some things? I know I got to work on some things. Trust me, I'm new to this and I'm trying to learn this platform. I'm also going to do a video about my time off social media. I spent 4 years off social media, no cell phone, no social media, just pure hustle. Pure hustle. That's how I got here in 5. So, but just to reiterate, if you can't buy it twice, you can't afford it. Your income needs to be twice your age, okay? There's those things. You need to start acting like a millionaire or a 6-figure earner before you are one. You need to start acting that way now. You need to go ahead and start studying business, stocks, real estate. Here's a little thing. Where did I put it? Real fast. Boom, 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 boom. Where you at? I'm missing something. I don't know what I did with it. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, there we go, man. It's right there in my face. Little things like that. The Random House Handbook of Business Terms. In here, it just gives you definitions, Employee Retirement Income Security Act. It just gives you random things. This is education. This is worldwide. Okay, well, at least countrywide, USA. It's USA, but you can do stuff like that and start studying and educating yourself. You can start studying principles of real estate and property management on your own. Just go pick these books up, jump on Amazon, anywhere, and start studying these. You don't have to go to school. You don't have to take a course. You just buy the book and read it, because that's all you're going to do at the school. That's all you're going to do taking the course. If you're trying to get licensed, go get licensed. That's cool. That's great. Do that. I wasn't trying to get licensed. I just wanted to know. So I'm going to say it one more time. If you can't buy it twice, you can't afford it. Your income needs to be twice your age. And you have to start carrying, conducting yourself and acting as if you already are the income that you want. You want to be a 6-figure earner, start acting like management, being a 6-figure earner. You want to be a millionaire, start conducting yourself like a millionaire, start studying. Either way, you need to study these things. Business, stocks, real estate. You need to get after them, start studying, put your nose down. Get to the grindstone, get after it. Leave your friends, family behind. If they're not your children, leave everybody behind and get to work. I promise you, you will not freaking regret it. It changed my life tremendously. Anyways, I hope that helped. You guys got anything out of this video, smash that like button. If there's anything you want me to talk about, anything you want me to elaborate on and go deeper, dive deeper into, man, let me know. If I need to make these videos shorter, it's pretty hard to get this message out in a short video. I can, but I like doing it this way. I like interacting with you guys and giving you guys the option to kind of learn who I am and learn a little bit about me. So maybe I need to learn how to timestamp it or something. Anyways, I'll quit rambling. I'll shut up, man. You guys have a great night. If you got anything out of this, let me know. Have a great night. All right, take care.